Hello, I am Ben Steinberg, and this is my final project for CS420, which is a platform fighter UI and HUD framework. So this is a project I've been working in since June. However, I lost all my data on my PC last week and an unfortunate build error in Unity Engine. So that project was mostly focused on the actual gameplay. So the project was supposed to give me time to work on the UI. So this entire project is fully UI focused and minimal gameplay. I didn't make enough gameplay to make this work. So because I'm working in Unreal Engine, the style of coding is called blueprint coding. It looks like this giant mess of boxes. So each of these red boxes are called events. They're basically void functions. And in each class, and this is a widget class, which the widget is a way to display UI. So in each class, they get their own like blueprint, and within the blueprint, I can call functions and call different events. For instance, so I'm calling this button, and it's gonna call this action after. So there's also different functions that will actually return, actually not that one. They're like return values, and there's also a bunch of different variables I can put in here as well. Most of these variables are actually from the UI screen. So this is the UI screen. This is for our character selection screen. In Unreal Engine, I wanted to have multiple cursors controlled by their own player, selected their own like fighter. So meaning like I can like pick up my controller cursor on my own and pick my fighter. Sadly, Unreal Engine doesn't support multiple cursors. So to get around this, I made pseudo cursors, which meant I created another widget called a pseudo cursor class, and each controller gets this and their player controller class. And within that player controller class, I can move the cursor with my joystick. Because Unreal Engine doesn't have the widget collision, meaning if I put my cursor on top of like this button, for instance, it won't know that like there's actually some sort of collision event to happen. So I had to make my own collision system in the parent class. The parent class is for the character selection screen and the stage selection screen. So yeah, that's what the code kind of looks like. Let's get into gameplay actually. So that's the main menu. I went through it too fast, so I'll go back and show you. I can quit the game with that. This is just press any button. I can click any button and it'll go through. Sadly, the menus, I need to figure out how to make them work with controllers. But if I go to local play, and I'll just do multiplayer for right now. I can make my cursor. I can move it around with my joystick. Part of this menu, I can select characters, and when I select a character, it's going to add that information to the game instance in an array for player 1. And when the game loads, it's going to store that information and know what character I picked, as well as these options I picked for just game options. So let's make it like one stock, like one round, and a timer of like 2 minutes. And these are the different stages. Actually, let me go back and explain the characters really fast. The characters are all from this parent class. These are all, like these three are children classes. They just have a different material. Just to differentiate them from the parent class, and show I can pick different character references to spawn. Also, when I go back, the character selection option stays. So I press start. One more thing. Also, I can press back and the start selection disappears. So I have to click a character again to go back. So I'll click this character. And then these are just different stages with different materials, or just copy and paste it just to show I can open up different levels. So let's go here. So the option of the mouse stocks and the amount of rounds points I have are on the bottom. The rounds are the red boxes. The stocks are the white boxes. The timer option I picked is in the top right corner. I can go around, I can punch stuff. That's just a collision box going out. It's that little red line. I can pause the game And then let me go back and show you multiplayer. So let's set these back to like the defaults up here. Let's select this option. When I grab my cursor, it's going to get rid of the start option because not all players have selected their character. So I'm going to go back and forth. You also see the hover mechanic. And let's go to this stage now. Okay, so we're on this stage now. The timer is up. Let me switch controllers and I can do a little damage. In platform fighters, the way it works is the damage is held in these percents down here. The more damage you have on you, the more knockback you'll receive. So that's a lot more knockback than before. And when I knock this guy off stage, he's going to lose his stock, which is the little white box. And when he loses all of his stocks, what the game is going to do is going to see that I'm the last player standing, and every other player is going to lose a round. So that's why the red box goes away. So let's go back and boop this guy a little more. And okay, he's on his last stock and his last round. Also in the top corner, you can see the round number. So this is round number 2. And I'm going to boot this guy off stage. And you see in the top left here is a player who won. It's such a player index. I haven't actually added an end result screen. But yeah, that is it for this project. Thank you for giving me the time to work on this project again. And have a good winter break.